Hi guys, this is Teddy and welcome back to episode 5 on the SlateCraft server. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Now, before we get into anything, I want to show you guys what I've been up to in between episodes. I have been a rather busy Teddy. We have got new roads. We have got new street lights. I have planned out the build for our pickle and flower farms we put into. I have also installed most of the design for our villager build, although I haven't finished building it, as you can see. I've also added in a couple of trees, which I think look pretty cool. And obviously I've found a good use for our diorite. So we're going to have a nice diorite paving system going on, which I think looks quite nice, and it kind of works with the deep slate. You know, just like the calcite, but you can do all the diorite. So I'm going to go with the diorite because it looked good. And in here, I haven't really done anything. I have finished filling in our floor in here. Nearly. I've got a bit more to finish in there, and then I'll need to replace in here as well. So that will be getting done in this episode as well. And if we come over here, I have been a busy Teddy over here as well. I've installed some glowberries because they look absolutely awesome. And I've installed a mine entrance. So we now have a mine entrance instead of just hole in the ground, which I need to throw some leaves over and make it a bit more camouflaged than it currently is, but I think it looks pretty decent. So the first thing we're going to do today, guys, is we are going to do a bit more work on our villager build here. I started it just to get myself an idea of what was going to happen with it, and I am very pleased with how it started. Now, the green glass, obviously you're going to have to use solid blocks instead of the panes for this one, just because it's kind of a ribcage effect, and we're going to have visible melon and pumpkin farms in the top side of this thing as well, which is really quite cool. So I'm going to cut away. I'm going to get some more of this thing in place, see how far we get, and I'll come back to you guys with some progress. Alrighty, so I came up here to mine myself some coal for my little smelter array down below, and I had a look over at the build, which I've now run out of materials for, and it looks absolutely incredible, guys. I can't believe how much I've done in such little time for one, and how good it looks from up here. Now, as you can see, I've run out of glass completely. Everything else on this build is done. I just need to put more glass in and then build the interior. So we need to get more stone slabs in place to fill in that hole down there and get the villagers moved to their new locations. And then we need to get the roof, well, the floor in, and then put our pumpkin and melon farms above them. And the storage for them will be going down into the middle of the room, which I think makes sense, but you may not agree with me on that, but it's fine. So yeah, that's the next job, guys. I'm going to mine this down, get myself some coal for my smelter, and then I want to get these villagers moved to the correct location, of course, while I'm waiting for stuff and things to smelt. Actually, before I do the villagers, let's do one more build. I need a super smelter. So let's get a super smelter going, and then we'll get the villagers sorted out. That seems like a smart way of doing things. So I'll cut away, I'll get my super smelter in place, and I'll come back to you guys in just a bit. So, as you guys can see, we have got ourselves a super smelter in place. Now, what I really should have done was do the build around the super smelter before I did the super smelter, because I've ended up making this a little bit too tight here and actually losing one of my furnaces. But other than that, this thing's actually really quite good. Now, I've got 2 double chests for collecting stuff, and I've only got a hopper going into the system, but I can put a double chest here and feed the hopper from the double chest, which is really quite a clever idea. And in my inventory, I have got myself a shulker box of glass that I have already smelted, and some of that I've already dyed green because I have a little bit of green dye left. And then I've been over here hitting the button with more of the bone meal in our pickle farm and increasing the amount of pickles we have so I can smelt those down and make myself lots of lovely lime dye so we can get more glass ready. So yeah, it's been quite progressive cut between clips, and we're going to go over here and put this in this smelter over here because this is a slow one and we want the XP. But the next job, guys, is I need fuel. Now I have a super smelter, I need the fuel. So I am going to, oh, that's the wrong box. I am actually going to go and get myself set up with a bit of a kelp farm, because I feel like that's a really good shout. Because we don't have any fuel for our furnaces, and a kelp farm is going to be the most useful way of doing that. Now, I don't have kelp in that one. No, I do not. I have got kelp in the farm box, though, because I like to have a farm box. And yeah, we've got a stack of kelp in there, so we can make ourselves a pretty decent sized farm. I've got melons and pumpkins in there for that farm. I've got cocoa beans for that farm. I've even got ice in here as well. I can pull that out and put that in my ice box, actually, because I've now got an ice box, because I found an ice biome, and I was like, oh, I'll guess by that, just in case we need it. So we have that as well. Cactus farm is done. We can pull that out of there. We do not need that in there anymore. We haven't got a chicken farm yet. We haven't got a bamboo farm yet. We need a chorus fruit farm and a chorus flower farm at some point. And I also need to get a tree farm sorted out. And I've got an enderman coming to say hello. Get much closer, you're going to get the chop. Anyway, I will cut away. I will get myself stuff and things set up for a kelp farm. And then I'll find somewhere to build it. Now, I'm thinking either over the other side of the furnace build, or it's going to go behind Jeff and the cactus farm and go here, which I've also leveled out to make it a bit easier to build on. Either way, I'm going to sleep the nice way, and I'll come back to you guys in just a tick. Alrighty guys, materials have been gathered, and as you can see, I got my chunk pack border pack thing on again, because I kind of want to make sure I get this within the chunks that I want to put it in, which is this chunk here and this chunk here. And I've just been lighting it up to make sure we don't get blown up in the process of building this one, because yeah, when we built this, we got blown up a couple of times and I wasn't a fan. So that's where we're going to build it. Now I've got my startup thing here. We're actually going to build it slightly off the ground, but I want the first two chests. Actually, I'm going to put the chest in the middle, I think. Then we're going to run in from either side. That would be kind of cool. So if we take out these two here, and actually we'll do just like so. And then we're sat back far enough from the road so we can get a nice big build around this thing as well, which is beautiful. And then we're going to have our hoppers going in the back of there like that. That should be enough chests for what I want. That's 4 double chests. Should be enough. Then we throw it in that. We throw that in there. And then we have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coming out. Should be wide enough. And then we'll go 10 out the other way, which means I need to make some more hoppers. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. And this is obviously going to get quite heavily elevated up. And the kelp will run down into here, into these hoppers. And my way of building this farm, guys, is slightly different to most. I put glass panes on top of the hoppers because I don't need to put glass blocks, and I don't need to worry about the kelp going up, over, and back down again. My way of doing it, it goes straight down to the front. So if you want to see a video for that, check it out on my channel. But I'll finish this thing off, guys, and I'll come back to you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, guys. As you can see, our kelp farm is fully finished and fully in place. And I decided to use smooth stone for most of this build because it's going to be inside of one of these things anyway. And I end up having to drop this down one lower because I was a moron and I put the hoppers at this level instead of this level. So yeah, that was a fun thing to do with all the water come flying out everywhere. But as you can see, this thing is fully operational. We've got absolutely tons of kelp in the system already. And I've got some kelp smelted already because I smelted some on the other furnace over there. So yeah, this thing's done. Now I've got to do is put a build around this thing. So next job we're going to do is we are going to get the super smelter build finished off, because we need to get that finished off first. Then we are going to get the build around our pickle and flower farms and finish our villager farm, villager trading center build, because we haven't finished that with all the glass yet. And now we have glass to do it, we can do that. And then we'll get the build around our kelp farm. So I don't know how much more of this I'm going to get done in today's episode, but we will start by finishing this build off here. finishing this build off over here and probably getting started on this one here. So I'll cut away, I'll get myself materials together, and I'll come back to you guys when I've got a bit more progress to show you. And with that, the last of our roof for our villager trading hall is done, and this thing's looking pretty decent now. I've got to put the side windows in yet, but as you can see, I've also moved all our villagers. They're no longer in the little wooden hut. They are now around the edge of our main build, and they're all chunk lines. They will not despawn for being on a chunk border. So I've got to get in there. I've got to finish putting that in place down there, and I have got to put the second floor in so we can get our melon and pumpkin farms in place. But I do want to get that finished as well. So what we're going to do, we get the side windows in here, so we've got a solid shell and no mobs can actually get in here. Then we will get our furnace smeltery finished as well, and I don't think I'm going to have time to get onto that one today because I want to go in here and get in here tidied up and start getting the second floor in place and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get the glass in place and I'll come back to you guys when I've done it. Alrighty guys, all the glass is in place and I am stood here for a very good reason, because the inside here looks a little bit different from the last cut. As you can see behind me, there's no wood, but there is wood. We've got a staircase and we've got a ceiling. And we have all the villager pods in place, ready to go. And this here is going to be where we put our melon and pumpkin storage. So if we quickly run up here, we've got these two big open areas up here. And we've also got a hollow ceiling between our villager level and our next floor, which is awesome because we can get all these sea lanterns in as well. So the plan's going to be that I'm going to put a melon farm this side and a pumpkin farm that side. And I actually feel like I've possibly got a bit of extra space going around here as well. So I might even be able to get a couple of micro farms in here. Maybe a couple of micro crop farms or something. So yeah, but I'm not going to be doing that right now or even in today's episode because I still haven't finished this one yet. So that is our next job. I need to gather the rest of the supplies to finish our super smelter build because it looks really good, but it's not finished. And I also want to get the path done out here and get that bit, a little bit of path done here up to like this lamppost here. So yeah, and then maybe we can get started on that. Maybe it depends how much time I've got left after we finish doing this one. So I'll cut away, I'll get my materials together, and I'll come back to you guys when I'm ready. Okay, so I don't normally bring you back at night, but I did a thing, and yeah, here it is. This is the thing I did. We have got ourselves a furnace face. I basically designed a furnace and I made a face on it and put a hat on him because I thought that looked quite cool. So yeah, I need your guys' ideas now. I need you guys to pick a name for this dude. I have no idea what to name him. I just know he's a furnace who sits on top of my super smelter and looks rather shocked, like he's being strapped down onto the top of it. But it's really quite fun. I quite like it. So let me quickly go to sleep. And we'll check this thing out in, nearly in daylight. Because I think it looks better in the daylight as well. So give you guys a better idea of what it looks like. Also got hair coming down the back over here as well. So we got a ponytail down the back and we've got a goatee around the front. And yeah, this thing's hilarious. It's brilliant. Love it. But yes, guys, I want you guys to come up with a name for this thing because I have no idea what to call this thing. So yeah, give me a name for it and I'll give you a shout out for the name in the comments. So, sorry, I'll give you a shout out for the name in the next video. So drop me a comment down below and give me a name. And I'll crack on and I'll get these paths finished and come back to you when I'm done. Okay, guys, we have got ourselves some new paths in place. We have also got ourselves some nice little Azalea Bushes because I think they look really quite cool. And I've even given them a little green spot underneath. I'm not going to surround these ones with the andesite like I've done with the trees down there. I've also thrown in a few benches so people can have a little seat by the road while they're waiting for their bus or whatever. Or they just enjoy the sunshine because we all like a bit of that, don't we, guys? So yeah, this is looking really quite good now. I need to put a few more of these in somewhere down over here. I'm going to put a few more of these in around and probably a couple more benches because that'll be quite a good idea. because, yeah, everyone loves a bench. We all love benches. I haven't figured out what I'm doing over here yet. I feel like I should probably stretch this round. I like the idea that I've done here with the andesite kind of separating off the hillside. And I think stretching that round here would be kind of good. And then we could put like a little, I don't know, industrial kind of dock type thing in here, even though it's not really a river or anything else. It's just a bit of a lake. So we could do something like that. I don't know. Guys, give me ideas. What do you think? What could we do down here? But I don't know. I've got to finish building this thing around the kelp farm at some point as well. So that's going to happen. I haven't put any of the azalea things around here yet. I need to do that as well because I have forgotten. I'll put the one there. But yeah, I really love how this is coming along. My cat seems to be trying to escape. Hi, where are you going? Why are you all up there? How did you get up there? Get down. Get down. Onto the path. No, not the stairs. Cat's not allowed on stairs. Yes, thank you. Have a fish. Anyway, that's enough of me talking to cats. Let's just get started on this thing and see how far we get before the end of the episode, because I'm running out of time, but I have got a little bit more left to do. So let's get started on this thing and see how far we can get. Alrighty guys, I've made a pretty decent start on this build and I've run out of materials again. So let me just take you through what I've been doing. I haven't put any doors on this thing yet, but I have gone for a very different style on this one. But it's still in fitting with the same kind of blend we've got going on materials. And it looks really fantastic. I really love how this thing looks. I've got some more benches, I've got lampposts, I've got windows, I've got a really funky bench with a couple of azalea plants sat on the top, which looks really quite cool. And yeah, overall, I'm very happy. Now, the way I'm planning on doing this build is we have got the raised up area in the middle here. And that's actually going to be the roof for that part of the build. These two parts, we're going to lift up slightly higher so we can do our little pixel art thingies on top. And yeah, but I haven't done anything inside yet. I haven't had time to get inside, but I have got plenty of space to get to my farms, which is awesome. We can hop up here and get in there to change our flower if we decide we want to. And yeah, so I need to now go ahead and make myself a ton more concrete because I'm out of concrete. But I'm going to grab both stacks of those so we can get tons of concrete made. We also need to get ourselves some blue flowers so we can make ourselves some more cyan terracotta. But that, guys, is about all I've got time for today. I'll make some more materials off camera between episodes, and I'll see you guys next time. All I've got left to say, guys, is thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, if you want to keep up what's going on, come out and check my Discord. Link is in the description down below. And I'll end up by saying thank you guys for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, hit the like button. If you really loved it, hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.